Hey guys, this is Sports with Dylan. There were 4 starting quarterbacks injured on Sunday. So I'm just going to go through which 4 they are and how severe the injury is and who might replace them. But 4. Seriously, can you believe it? 4. So the 4 quarterbacks are Tua Tagovailoa, Andy Dalton, Tyrod Taylor, and Carson Wentz. So Tyrod Taylor will be out for multiple weeks with a hamstring injury. We don't know what exactly the injury is or how many weeks, but he's going to miss at least 2 weeks, is what I can find. Tua Tagovailoa gave the Dolphins a huge scare when he had to be carted off the field, but luckily he only has day-to-day bruised ribs, so he might not even miss week 3. I'm guessing, though, he'll miss week 3, but not week 4. Andy Dalton almost got an ACL tear. It was this close looking at the video, but he luckily didn't, for Bears fans at least. So he will still be playing, but he's probably going to miss this coming week. Now, Matt Nagy confirmed that he's still the starter over Justin Fields when healthy, which is a bit surprising. I mean, Justin Fields is playing quite well now. I mean, I think it's time for Matt Nagy to go, okay, Justin Fields is good. We can put him in now. And the last one, Carson Wentz. Now, I find Carson Wentz quite interesting. So, Carson Wentz is injury prone by now. But it's still only week 2. He sprained both his ankles. Don't quite know how that happens, but both of his ankles are sprained. So he's going to miss a couple of weeks. But Carson Wentz is going to have issues, because the Colts have one of the best offensive lines in the league, and he's now been injured. Carson Wentz tends to hold on to the ball longer, and then defenders get in quicker and take him down. Now, obviously, it didn't help that they were playing the Rams, which is one of the best defenses in the league. But still, if you looked, Philip Rivers was fine last year. So, I think it's more Carson Wentz than the Colts offensive line to fault. But I'm not so sure about now Carson with the Colts, because he keeps getting injured. How long can he last? I mean, people thought he might miss week 1 because of his surgery, and now he's going to miss a couple more weeks. Yeah, I'd be a bit worried if I was a Colts fan. But there are solutions. I'm just going to go over who they might sign, if they might sign someone. Now I'm going to start with the Colts. So, I think one of the best contestants for the Colts is actually Cam Newton. Because, as I said, Carson Wentz is injury prone. I mean, so is Cam Newton. But Cam Newton didn't get injured last year with finally having a good offensive line. So, he might not get injured this year. And Jacob Eason isn't really a quality backup. I mean, he's now only played part of a regular season game. And obviously the rookie they drafted this year, Sam Ehlinger, is on IR. So he's not really going to do much help. So I think Cam Newton's one of the better people they could sign. Another person they could sign would be Blake Bortles. Blake Bortles is also a free agent. In my opinion, the second best quarterback free agent. And this one might almost be better, because Blake Bortles isn't injury prone. And also, he wouldn't compete with Carson Wentz. And I don't think the Colts really want competition for Carson Wentz. What they're pretty much trying to say, it looks like, is just, this is your chance. We're not going to bring in a bunch of people to compete with you. We're going to let you do what you can do. If you don't do well, we're going to replace you. But they're not going to bring in a bunch of competition. And Blake Bortles would not be competition for Carson Wentz, but Cam Newton could be. And also another one would be Nick Mullins. Because he is on a practice squad, the Browns practice squad, interestingly enough. And yes, he played awfully in preseason for the Eagles. And not very well for the 49ers either last year. But he could still be better than Jacob Eason. Now, the Bears obviously aren't going to sign anybody because they have Fields, and if worst comes to worst, they have Nick Foles, who could be traded to the Colts as well. Now, Texans is a toss-up. Now, obviously, knowing the news, they came out with a ton of articles saying Deshaun Watson might play because Tyrod Taylor was injured. But let's just face it, Deshaun Watson's not going to play. Why would he play now? What has changed for him in his situation? He still wants to be traded. Yeah, it just makes no sense whatsoever that he'd play when Tyrod Taylor's out. If he's going to play, he would have started the regular season. Now, the Texans do have Davis Mills, who they drafted in the 3rd round. He was the starter, and he pretty much lost the game against the Browns. I mean, they probably were going to lose already, but Tyrod Taylor was actually playing quite well with the Texans. Now, for some reason, it seems to happen a lot. Tyrod Taylor starts with a team. He becomes the starting quarterback in training camp. Always a rookie behind him nowadays. And then he gets this minor injury. And then the rookie takes over. That happened with the Browns, the Bills, and the Chargers now. So, it could happen with the Texans, but yeah, I don't see Davis Mills playing very well, especially because it's the Texans. So, I could see them going for Cam Newton. There were rumors before, but I just feel like when Tyrod Taylor gets back, the Texans will want to give the job to Tyrod Taylor, but Cam Newton will sort of deserve the job. At the same time, Cam Newton could get injured, because let's just say the Texans' offensive line is not top tier. So, I don't think Cam Newton should be signed by the Texans. Blake Bortles would make a bit more sense, and so would Nick Mullins. I'm not sure about Nick Foles either, because same thing. Nick Foles could take the starting job, then you just have more quarterbacks. No solution for the Deshaun Watson situation. Now, for the Dolphins, it's really confusing. Because let's just say the Dolphins played awfully. Not sure if it's because of Tagovailoa, but they played awfully. They didn't score 1 point against the Bills. The Bills just destroyed them. Now, it could be it's not Jacoby Brissett's fault. And it might be the defense's fault. And it could just be that the Bills are a really good team. But I'm thinking that Jacoby Brissett has something to do with it, and Tua Tagovailoa getting injured. But if they brought in Cam Newton, it just feels like it would be a similar situation to what happened with Ryan Fitzpatrick. Now, Ryan Fitzpatrick should have been re-signed by the Dolphins, but he kept playing better than Tagovailoa, and they want Tua to be the starter. And I feel like it would be a similar situation with Cam Newton. Cam Newton would just come in and play better, which then means that he deserves the starting job. But we want the rookie to take the starting job. That's what they've been wanting this whole time. And Jacoby Brissett isn't a bad backup, from what I know. So, honestly, I don't think the Dolphins will sign Nick Mullins or Blake Bortles or any other quarterback either. They might re-sign Jake Rudock. He played not awfully for them in their final game. But I have a feeling they'll just sign Reed Sinnett to the active roster and hope Jacoby Brissett doesn't get injured for the next week or so. Then Tagovailoa is back. Who knows? Tagovailoa might not even miss any time. Thanks for watching.